There is a $2 liquid in the paint aisle of any hardware store that can resurrect dead, chalking, fading paint back to factory color. It does not just cover it with a new coat that peels in 3 years. It revives the original paint from inside the surface so the color returns the way it looked the day it went on. No stripping, no pressure washer, no contractor. The painters who built this country knew this formula by heart. Then the industry that needed you to buy new paint instead of reviving old paint made it disappear. Not by outlawing it. They did it by quietly rewriting what home maintenance meant, until this formula was simply not in the conversation anymore. The American home restoration market generates $210 billion a year. A liquid that permanently breaks the repaint cycle cannot be allowed inside that math. Welcome to Survival Lost Vault. This is where we dig up what the industry buried. To understand how a $2 bottle of oil revives dead paint, you need to understand what dead paint actually is. What the industry calls failed paint is not failure. It is a reversible chemical state that every painter before the petrochemical era knew how to fix in an afternoon. Paint made before 1950 was built on an oil pressed from the seeds of the flax plant. It was the primary binder for virtually every house. Paint, ship paint, barn paint, and vehicle enamel produced in the Western world for 3 centuries. When you painted a house in 1910, that oil did not form a surface film the way modern acrylic paint does. It soaked directly into the wood and cross-linked inside the fiber itself. It became part of the material it was protecting. It breathed with the wood through seasonal moisture cycles, and when it finally degraded from years of UV exposure, it did not fail in peeling, curling sheets. It chalked. The pigment released slowly from the surface as a fine, powdery residue. That was not paint death. That was the paint signaling it was time for a 15-minute, $2 maintenance coat. Now consider how long this chemistry has been understood. The Dutch masters in the 1600s used this same oil as the binder for every painting on canvas. That is why Rembrandts do not peel after 400 years. Roman craftsmen mixed it with pigment to protect carved stone in outdoor temples. Persian manuscript painters used it to fix color to parchment that has survived 1,000 years of handling. Japanese timber workers in the Edo period applied it to exterior structures that are still standing today. On every continent, across every century that humans worked with wood and pigment, every craftsman arrived at the same conclusion about the same oil from the same seed. It penetrates, it polymerizes, it becomes part of what it protects. And when it ages, a single thin maintenance coat brings it back. The physics of that have never changed, not once in 300 years. In 1863, a British tinkerer named Frederick Walton was working in a London factory with a vat of this oil he had left uncovered overnight. He came back to find a rubbery, flexible film had formed on the surface. The oil had reacted with oxygen and polymerized into a durable material harder than any natural varnish he had worked with before. Walton spent the next decade refining that discovery. The resulting product was linoleum, the first mass-produced floor covering in history, built entirely on the chemistry of oil from a flax seed. The United States Navy was still specifying this chemistry in their official maintenance records in 1943. The instructions for painting and cementing vessels of the United States Navy, archived at the Naval History and Heritage Command, mandated boiled linseed oil as the required preservation treatment for all unpainted wood on every ship in the American fleet. More than that, the Navy's pre-war Standard Navy Gray, the base coat applied to American warships from destroyers to battleships through the 1930s, was itself formulated on a linseed oil base. When the Bureau of Ships replaced it in January 1941 with a synthetic alkyd resin formulation, they documented the switch. They did not change because the oil failed. They changed because synthetic alkyd dried faster in wartime field conditions where ships could not wait days for a slow-curing natural oil. That wartime switch was the technical credibility the paint industry had been waiting for, but the commercial groundwork had been laid 7 years earlier. In 1934, the National Recovery Administration drafted codes of fair competition for hundreds of American industries, including paint manufacturing. These codes were written by the industries themselves. The paint manufacturers who controlled the drafting process had a single shared interest. New paint generates a sale. A $2 oil that revives old paint generates nothing. The codes set minimum prices and codified trade practices in ways that made paint revival commercially invisible. Not illegal, invisible. When the Supreme Court struck down the NRA in 1935, the trade associations remained, the pricing logic remained, and the operating principle that replacement generates revenue while revival does not became the permanent foundation of American paint manufacturing. Then the petrochemical industry handed those manufacturers the tool to finish the job. Alkyd resins were synthesized in the 1920s as a laboratory replacement for natural drying oils. By the 1930s, they were entering architectural coatings. By the late 1950s, Sherwin-Williams, PPG, and every major American paint manufacturer had made the switch, and linseed oil had been systematically removed from their product lines. A peer-reviewed analytical study published in PMC confirmed that the presence of linseed oil in a coating is now a reliable archaeological marker that the material was produced before 1950. After that date, it was gone. The manufacturers did not switch because the new chemistry was better for the wood it was protecting. They switched because synthetic resins dried faster, looked glossier on day one, required full reapplication every 5 to 8 years, and could not be revived with a $2 oil treatment. Every part of that profile generated recurring revenue. Every part of the linseed oil profile destroyed it. Here is the mechanism that is silently destroying paint on millions of American houses right now, and the reason nobody in the paint aisle ever explained it to you. Alkyd and acrylic paints form a surface film. They sit on top of wood like a plastic shell. That shell looks excellent for 2 to 4 years. Then UV radiation and temperature cycling crack it. The moment a single crack forms, moisture gets underneath. Moisture trapped behind a plastic film cannot escape. It builds up inside the wood fiber until the pressure forces the paint off the surface in blisters and curling sheets. That is what modern paint failure looks like, not gradual chalking with a clear maintenance signal, but catastrophic delamination that takes the underlying wood surface with it. Linseed oil paint cannot fail that way because it does not form a surface film. It is part of the substrate. Preservation professionals who work on structures where failure is not an option have confirmed this in documented projects across 3 continents. The teams maintaining the Château de Versailles, Holcombe Estate in England, and Parliament Hill in Canada do not use acrylic or alkyd coatings on exterior historic surfaces. They use linseed oil chemistry. A technical paper published in the Building Conservation Journal documented the mechanism directly. Alkyd and acrylic paints trap moisture that cannot vent through the film, accelerating rot and delamination they were supposed to prevent. Linseed oil, because it polymerizes inside the substrate rather than over it, allows moisture to move and escape without breaking the protective layer. When the stakes are high enough that failure is irreversible, the answer is always the oil from the flaxseed. That tells you everything you need to know about why it was removed from the consumer market. If you have made it this far, you already understand something that most homeowners will spend $4,000 to avoid learning. Now here is exactly what to do with it. Total material cost to revive a chalking or fading exterior paint surface is $4 to $6 for a quart of boiled linseed oil that will cover an entire wall section, and $5 for a small can of gum spirits of turpentine that lasts months. 2 ingredients, 1 jar, 1 cloth. The oil must say boiled, or the label may show BLO. Raw linseed oil takes weeks to cure. Boiled linseed oil contains metallic drying agents that bring curing time down to 24 to 48 hours. Gum spirits of turpentine is sold in the paint aisle beside the oils. It thins the mixture so it penetrates deep into the existing paint layer and the wood beneath, rather than pooling on the surface. Step 1. Read your paint surface before you open anything. If it shows chalking, the white powdery residue that transfers to your hand when you press it flat against the wall, or fading where the original color has gone flat and dull, you are ready. If large sections are actively lifting in sheets and the wood beneath feels soft, Assess the structural condition of the substrate first. This process revives paint. It does not rebuild rotted fiber. Step 2. Clean with a dry brush or a damp cloth to remove loose chalk, dirt, and debris. No pressure washer. No chemical stripper. No sanding required. A clean, dry surface is all this needs. Step 3. Combine 2 parts boiled linseed oil to 1 part turpentine in a glass jar and shake vigorously for 30 seconds. This is the ratio preservation conservators use on documented historic structures. The turpentine carries the oil into the substrate faster and prevents surface pooling. Step 4. Apply with a clean cotton cloth in firm strokes along the grain. On a chalking surface, the oil immediately begins absorbing the loose pigment back into a cohesive layer. The original color deepens and returns in real time in front of your eyes. Within 2 minutes of application, work in sections of 3 to 4 feet to keep the surface wet as you spread. Step 5. Allow 20 minutes for the first coat to absorb, then wipe away any pooled excess with a dry cloth. Oil left sitting on the surface cures into a sticky residue that attracts dust. Step 6. Allow 24 hours, then apply a second coat the same way. On severely chalked or faded surfaces, 2 coats produce a result indistinguishable from a fresh professional repaint. A homeowner in Vermont applied this treatment to a 1920s farmhouse with exterior clapboards that had been chalking for 3 years. Photographed before and after under identical morning light, the treatment produced complete restoration of the original paint color and finish depth. No new paint, no contractor. Total material cost, $8 for the entire facade. One honest limitation. On surfaces where paint has already fully delaminated and the underlying wood shows active rot, this process revives what is revivable. It cannot restore structural integrity to damaged fiber. For those areas, mechanical repair and spot repainting remain necessary. For 80% of a typical aging exterior that shows chalking and color loss rather than structural failure, this process eliminates the repainting cost entirely and permanently. Now the safety rule that most guides skip. Rag soaked in linseed oil can and will spontaneously combust if left crumpled in a pile. The same polymerization reaction that cures the oil generates heat as it oxidizes. That heat, concentrated in a crumpled rag with no airflow, reaches ignition temperature without any external flame. Always spread used rags flat outdoors to cure or submerge them in water in a sealed metal container before disposal. In 1991, crumpled linseed oil-soaked rags started a fire that destroyed 3 floors of One Meridian Plaza in Philadelphia and killed 3 firefighters. This is not a footnote. It is a condition of using this process correctly. Run the numbers. The average exterior repaint on a standard American house costs from $3,000 to $6,000 in labor and materials. The industry recommends repeating it every 5 to 8 years. Over 30 years of homeownership, that is between $12,000 and $24,000 spent on a cycle engineered to repeat. A $4 quart of boiled linseed oil applied twice a decade to chalking surfaces breaks that cycle. Not slows it, breaks it. The $210 billion home restoration market depends entirely on one belief, that maintenance means replacement. A $2 oil that revives paint permanently has no place in that math, which is why it was made invisible 1 generation at a time. Starting with trade codes written by manufacturers in 1934, completed by a petrochemical industry that handed those manufacturers a product with a built-in expiration date. You cannot patent a flaxseed. You cannot meter the oxygen that cures it. Frederick Walton understood this oil in 1863. The United States Navy was specifying it in 1943. The conservators at Versailles are using it today, and the hardware store has had it the entire time, sitting on the shelf, $2, waiting for someone to remember what the industry spent 90 years making sure you forgot. Grateful to have you in this vault. Subscribe and share this with someone who is about to hand $4,000 to a contractor for a problem a $2 bottle already solves.